The gluteal muscles. The gluteal muscles are the muscles of our buttocks, often called many different names: the glutes, our bottom, our derriere, our posterior, even our booty. These muscles are the largest muscle group in the body and plays an important role in stabilizing it, as well as aiding movement of the lower leg, vital in many of our everyday activities. The shape of our glutes. The shape of our glute muscles are largely dependent on genetics, whether we have a long or short pelvis, whether it is more square in shape or wider or narrower. They are also very different between that of men and women. This is due to the makeup of our pelvis, with the woman's pelvis being generally wider than a man's for childbirth. These differences influence the overall shape of the glutes, how the muscles sit, and where the muscles are attached to the pelvis. Even though the shape is dependent on these other factors, you are still able to alter the shape to a degree by toning and shaping the gluteal muscles with additional training. The anatomy of the glute. If we look at it anatomically, the gluteal muscles are located at the back of our body, posteriorly to the pelvic girdle, with these muscles originating from the ilium and sacrum and insert at the end of the femur. The gluteal muscles can be divided into two groups: the superficial abductors and the deep lateral rotators. The superficial abductors are made up of the gluteus maximus, the gluteus medius, the gluteus minimus, tensor fasciae latae. They are the larger muscles of the glutes that work at abducting and extending the leg from the hip joint. The 6 deep lateral rotator muscles are a smaller group of muscles that are found lying underneath the larger superficial glute muscles. These 6 supporting muscles are also known as the deep 6 and work to laterally rotate the leg. These include the quadratus femoris, the piriformis, the gemellus superior, the gemellus inferior, the obturator internus. Function of the glutes. The glutes play an integral role in many of our everyday movements. Some of these functions are: plays a role in the extension and abduction of the leg, movement of the lower limbs, external rotation of the hip joint, internal rotation of the hip joint, stabilizing your body during movement. This is in activities such as standing, walking, and even running. It helps to add power to movements, helping you to push off when you walk or run. It helps to hold the body upright and aids in locomotion. Exercise. As dancers, we use the glutes and deep rotators in so many of our movements, helping us to turn our legs out, for our various leg extensions, security holding the leg up in the air in adagio, in turns and in leaps. It is vital for us to ensure that these muscles are working correctly. Unfortunately, what often happens when training, we do not always engage or fire up the gluteal muscles properly, and this leads to an unbalanced load where other muscles compensate, sometimes overloading these other muscles. Weak glutes leads to instability in the pelvis, injury, and strains in the hamstrings and quads, as well as pain in the lower back and other lower limb issues. In order to activate them, you need to ensure that they are warmed up and fired up before you train. Warming them up effectively promotes blood flow, which then increases your range of movement. Exercises such as squats, lunges, crab walks, and bridges can help to train the gluteal muscles to work correctly. Other things that you can do to strengthen your glutes are using a foam roller, as well as stretching the glutes out, help to lengthen the muscles. As dancers, most of our work incorporates the glutes, so it is important that we take time to improve and strengthen them.